Welcome to this week's episode of Caregivers 101. My name is Manjoth, and I will be your instructor for today's lesson. Today, we will be discussing tips for having conversations over the phone with a parent in prison. Children and imprisoned parents cherish phone calls because phone calls allow them to hear the sound of their loved one's voice. However, sometimes parents, imprisoned or not, struggle to find common interests and topics to discuss with their children. Unlike other parents, imprisoned parents have limited opportunities for communication with their children. Imprisoned parents often feel pressured to make the most of these limited opportunities. However, what really counts is the parent listening to the child. The subject of the conversation is not so important. Phone calls are special for children because they get to interact with the imprisoned parent one-on-one, even if the call is only for a few minutes. Phone calls are a good opportunity to have conversations that may be uncomfortable. Navigating difficult conversations helps the imprisoned parent and child build trust and develop a deeper bond throughout the parent's imprisonment. Parents should not be discouraged when children do not seem interested in talking. Many children take time to adjust to speaking to the imprisoned parent over the phone. Caregivers and imprisoned parents should allow children to move at their own pace. The following are 6 tips for caregivers to support children in speaking with an imprisoned parent over the phone. Tip 1. Phone calls can become expensive quickly. Based on the family's budget, decide ahead of time how long the call will be. Caregivers should notify the child and imprisoned parent of the time limit. Tip 2. Imprisoned parents must initiate the phone call. As such, arrange the call to be when the child is likely to be free to talk. Create a routine for when the imprisoned parent will call the child. Tip 3. Give the child a notebook so he or she can write down any unfinished conversations with the imprisoned parent. Then the child can resume this conversation on the next phone call. Tip 4. Help children make a list of things to talk about on the phone. Use this list to give children hints during the phone call if they forget what they want to say or need help. Tip 5. Focus on the children and encourage them to talk about their feelings and experiences. Encourage children to talk about their lives and their daily routines as well. Tip 6. Give children a picture of the imprisoned parent to look at as they talk. The prison phone systems provide a verbal warning when the call is about to end. Children may hang up when they hear the warning and before the time is up. Children may hang up early to exert control in a situation that feels out of their control. Instead of having the prison phone system end the call, they may want to end the call on their own terms. Imprisoned parents can inform children that they want to keep talking at the warning, but understands if they would rather end the call. Remember, calls should focus on the needs of the child. Caregivers also can have children speak to the imprisoned parent first, so the caregiver is the one to end the call when the warning occurs. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Caregivers 101. For more tips and resources, read DOC's Louisiana Informational Handbook for Caregivers of Children with Parents in Prison. A copy of this handbook is on the DOC website.